Miley Cyrus faces copyright lawsuit over Flowers. A deep dive into the legal battle and its potential fallout. Miley Cyrus, the pop icon who captivated the world with her chart-topping hit Flowers, now finds herself embroiled in a high-stakes legal battle over the song's alleged similarities to Bruno Mars' 2012 ballad When I Was Your Man. The lawsuit, filed by Tempo Music Investments, has sparked intense debate within the music industry and among fans, raising critical questions about copyright law, artistic inspiration, and the future of music ownership. The success of Flowers. Released in January 2023, Flowers quickly became one of Miley Cyrus's biggest career milestones. The song debuted at #1 on the Billboard Hot 100 and remained in the top spot for 8 consecutive weeks. It became a global sensation, topping charts in over 40 countries and amassing billions of streams across major platforms like Spotify and Apple Music. The song's empowering lyrics and catchy melody resonated with fans, fueling speculation that it was inspired by Cyrus's highly publicized breakup with actor Liam Hemsworth. The chorus, which features the lines, "I can buy myself flowers / write my name in the sand," was interpreted by many as a response to Mars' When I Was Your Man, which expresses regret over not treating a former lover better. The commercial and critical success of Flowers marked a career-defining moment for Cyrus, positioning her as a dominant force in pop music and reaffirming her ability to reinvent herself artistically. However, the striking similarities between Flowers and When I Was Your Man soon became a point of contention, leading to the legal drama that is now unfolding. The legal battle begins. In early 2024, Tempo Music Investments, which owns a share of the copyright to When I Was Your Man, filed a lawsuit against Miley Cyrus, claiming that Flowers unlawfully copies key musical elements from Mars' song. According to the complaint, Cyrus allegedly borrowed the melody, harmony, and chorus structure, constituting copyright infringement. The lawsuit contends that the similarities are so substantial that they cannot be dismissed as mere coincidence or artistic inspiration. Tempo Music argues that by reproducing the core components of When I Was Your Man, Cyrus and her team violated the intellectual property rights held by the song's original writers and rights holders. Tempo Music's claim hinges on the idea that ownership of a song includes not only the right to profit from its use but also the right to protect it from unauthorized reproduction or adaptation. The company argues that Cyrus's use of the melody and structure from When I Was Your Man amounts to unlawful exploitation of Mars' creative work. The court hearing and legal arguments. On March 10, 2025, a critical hearing took place in the U.S. District Court, presided over by District Judge Dean D. Pregerson. During the proceedings, Pregerson indicated that Tempo Music Investments had a valid basis for pursuing the lawsuit. If someone wants to buy what someone owns, buy the entire thing, and that includes the right to enforce that ownership against the rest of the world, Pregerson stated as reported by Rolling Stone. If you don't allow that, then you diminish the value of what you're selling to the point where it may become worthless. Despite the judge's acknowledgement of Tempo Music's right to pursue the case, no immediate ruling was issued. Pregerson opted to review the matter further after Miley Cyrus's legal team, led by Peter Anderson, raised questions about the validity of Tempo Music's ownership claim. Anderson argued that Tempo Music's lawsuit is fundamentally flawed because the company obtained rights to When I Was Your Man from only one of the song's 4 credited co-writers. Anderson pointed out that copyright law requires consent or agreement from all co-authors in such cases, suggesting that Tempo Music's claim might lack legal standing. Plaintiff unambiguously says that it obtained its claimed rights in the When I Was Your Man copyright from only one of that musical composition's 4 co-authors, Anderson stated in court. That is a fatal and incurable defect in plaintiff's claim. Anderson's defense strategy relies on a precedent set in previous copyright cases, where incomplete ownership or authorization has led to the dismissal of infringement claims. The legal team also pointed to the subjective nature of music composition, arguing that melodic and harmonic similarities between songs are common and do not necessarily constitute infringement. Historical context and precedents. Copyright infringement cases in the music industry are not uncommon, but they often lead to complex legal battles due to the subjective nature of music and creative influence. One of the most high-profile cases in recent history involved Robin Thicke and Pharrell Williams' 2013 hit Blurred Lines, which was found to have copied elements from Marvin Gaye's Got to Give It Up. The jury ruled in favor of Gaye's estate, resulting in a $5.3 million settlement. Similarly, in 2016, Led Zeppelin faced allegations that the iconic guitar riff in Stairway to Heaven was lifted from Taurus by the band Spirit. However, Led Zeppelin ultimately prevailed, with a court ruling that the similarities were not substantial enough to constitute infringement. The outcome of Miley Cyrus's case could have far-reaching implications for the music industry, particularly concerning the boundaries of artistic influence and the scope of copyright protection. If tempo music prevails, it could lead to increased scrutiny over melodic similarities and inspire more aggressive copyright enforcement. Industry reactions and public opinion. The lawsuit has divided the music industry and sparked heated debate among fans and industry insiders. Supporters of Miley Cyrus argue that artistic inspiration is inevitable in music and that similarities between songs often stem from common chord progressions and structures. Some music experts have pointed out that Flowers and When I Was Your Man follow similar chord patterns and emotional themes, but that does not necessarily constitute plagiarism. Others argue that tempo music's lawsuit reflects a growing trend of corporate entities aggressively protecting music rights, sometimes at the expense of creative freedom. On social media, fans have rallied behind Cyrus, using the hashtag #JusticeForMiley to voice their support. Many have drawn parallels between Cyrus's case and the broader debate over intellectual property in the digital age, where music streaming and online distribution have reshaped the landscape of copyright enforcement. Meanwhile, Bruno Mars has remained notably silent about the case. Mars has not publicly commented on whether he believes Cyrus's song constitutes infringement, leaving the matter to the courts and the legal teams involved. Potential outcomes and what's next. The legal battle between Miley Cyrus and tempo music is far from over. The case hinges on whether tempo music can establish that the similarities between Flowers and When I Was Your Man are substantial enough to constitute copyright infringement, and whether the company's partial ownership of Mars' song gives it the legal authority to sue. Possible outcomes include